Hi there folks, today we're checking out the BUGANi E8 wireless headphone. Let's do this. Hi there folks, and welcome back to Novum Verum. Today we have the BGANI E8 wireless headphone. As far as I know, this is BUGANi's first headphone product. Now this did come fully heat wrapped right here, but because of the glare that I was getting from my overhead lights, I decided to just remove it so you guys can see. I'm actually relatively surprised when I picked this up because the packaging isn't as solid as their speakers. So a little bit disappointed about that. And there's not a whole lot of literature on here, except for obviously the picture of their headphones at the front. And what I find interesting too is that over here it says this was designed by Monster product team and tuned by Monster acoustics team. That's pretty interesting. But aside from that, not much else, just a few highlights here on the back. But let's go ahead and crack this baby open. Yeah, it's very thin cardboard that they used here. Oh. And also cheap plastic on this form here. It's actually quite dusty as well, with a lot of scratches and whatnot. I don't know whether that's just when I was pulling it out, but there's quite a bit there. Here we have an aux cable, USB Type-C charging cable, and a little manual here. Guidance, maintenance, limited warranty. Now it doesn't say anything about Monster, which I find kind of odd, since they're willing to say that it was designed and tuned by Monster. Thought at the very least you'd see a logo somewhere and whatnot. But anyhow, let's take a looky. It's actually very lightweight. Oh, they do fold, which is great. Good for packing it away when you're traveling. Doesn't seem to lock in place very well. It's rather loose. There are intervals on this, but it's very loose on this side. And here you can hear the clicking, right? But not so much on this one. It just slides right out. I think that's a little too much flex, but anyhow, not a whole lot of foam padding here on the headband. It's actually very thin, and it doesn't feel like it's memory foam at all. The ear cups are soft and obviously more substantial, but again, not memory foam. It just pops back up immediately. Here on the right ear cup are all the ports and controls. We have plus, minus, play and pause. I'm hoping that the plus and minus will also adjust volume as well as track navigation. Here we have the USB Type-C charging port, aux port, little LED indicator there, and I'm guessing that's a microphone there. And nothing whatsoever on the left ear cup. Alrighty, pretty straightforward. Anyhow, there you have it, folks. The BUGANi BGANI E8 wireless headphone. I'm gonna go ahead, charge this baby up, connect to my phone, and we'll take it for a test drive. Give me a moment, folks. I'll be right back. Thanks.
All right, folks, here we are doing the audio test for the BUGANi E8, which I have on, as you guys can see. We just finished a snowstorm yesterday, and today it's a little bit drier, but it's quite windy, so I do apologize for any snowflakes and condensation on my windshield, but I'm gonna brave this weather. It's extremely windy right now. I don't know if you guys can see up. But let's go ahead and do the outdoor portion of this test. Here we go. Try to level this out. So, very windy, very cold. I really shouldn't be shaving my head during the winter. But at least I have these on, so my ears are pretty toasty right now. As you can tell, there is a lot of wind, so we'll see how the microphones on this. I think it's actually just one mic. Um, we'll see how they deal with the wind. Um, so I've had these for almost 2 weeks actually, and the last 2 3 days I've been using them constantly. And I have to say, for the first BUGANi headphones, at least that I know of, this is the first one that I was able to grab. I don't know if they've had other headphones or even earbuds before. But for me, this is their first outing, and honest to goodness, I actually really like the sound. It's rather neutral, which is great, but the bass response is actually very, very good. Um, Now, on the box of this, it did say that the acoustics was designed by Monster. So I can understand why the bass response is actually very, very good. And it can be comparable to some of their products. But I didn't find anything legitimate that actually has like the Monster logo saying that this was designed and built by Monster. But regardless, I do like the sound quality. Um, Call quality, however, hopefully this will demonstrate it. But I was told that my voice wasn't coming through very clearly. Um, but we'll see. Uh, I was still understandable, but they said that a lot of background noise was filtering in, and there is a bit of a distortion. Some say that they could hear a little bit of popping, but again, I haven't experienced it myself, so hopefully this audio test will demonstrate that. Anyhow, my head is freezing cold right now, so I'm gonna head in, warm up, check the audio, and be back with my postmortem. Thanks, guys.
Alright, folks, it's postmortem time for the BUGANi BGANI E8 wireless headphone. And these are keepers, with a couple of caveats. So I did a little bit more research, and these are BUGANi's very first headphones. And I think as a first outing, these are actually pretty decent. Sound profile is relatively well balanced, with the highs, mids, and lows coming through pretty clearly. And the bass response is the big standout. It's actually very full and strong. Um, Call quality, as we all saw in the audio test, is good when there's no ambient sound. So indoors, these are great, but as soon as you step outside where there's wind and other noises, those sounds tend to filter in. especially since there's only one microphone on this. So yeah, and no CVC technology whatsoever. Um, if you listen carefully to that audio test, you'll also notice that my voice gets muted at some points, and even the volume fluctuates at some areas. I think that's what my friends were referring to whenever he said that I was cutting out sometimes. Not too sure whether it has to do with connection or just the microphones on these, but that can prove to be annoying. But when I was indoors and just speaking normally, I think these did a perfectly good job. Now, for price, at the time of purchase, I was actually able to catch this on a lightning deal on Amazon. Regular price at that point, or rather the sale price at that point, was $39.99 Canadian. The lightning deal was $6 off, and then there was a $5 coupon, so a total of $11 off. I was able to catch this for $29 Canadian plus taxes. I think it was just a little over 32 bucks, like 32.76 I think it was. And at that price point, I think these are good for daily use. They are quite robust. I have dropped these a couple times and they still work perfectly fine. The construction, although not as tight as I would like, see, it's kind of flimsy. They don't lock in place as tight as I would like, including the adjustments. But overall, I think it's pretty good. And at 30 bucks, I think these are worthwhile. However, I just checked and they are currently selling regular price at $45.99. I think at that price point, if you're okay with it, by all means, go ahead. It's still a very approachable price, but if you can catch it for $30 Canadian, I think that would be a much better time to pick it up. And it does go on sale quite often. Obviously, we just finished the holiday season, so it's gone back up to its regular non-sale price. So just wait around and I'm sure it'll come down again. But yeah, so there you have it, folks. The BUGANi BGANI E8 wireless headphones. I think as a budget entry-level product, this is actually a good thing to consider. Anyhow, thank you so much for watching. As always, I have more products on the way. And if you haven't subscribed, do subscribe. You'll have an opportunity to win an Amazon gift card. Thank you once again, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye for now.